Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the second night of the week for F1 Power Grid on All About Racing. And we're here for the United States Grand Prix, of course, at the Texas circuit in Austin. The circuit of the Americas, of course, been around for quite a long time now, around 13 or 14 years coming this year. 5.5 kilometres this circuit, 3.4 miles in length. There's 20 corners around this circuit, 2 DRS zones. We're going to get up to a top speed of 320 kph and 205 miles an hour. And the average speed around this place is 130 miles an hour. Plevance is leading the championship with 5 wins to his name as it stands. 326 points for him, and Tronzik on 257 points in second, and Zoltan 212 in third. Scotty fourth, fifth Armand, sixth Pigeon, Mikey GCI seventh, Brash eighth, ninth Bobby, E-Golf is in 10th. The constructors standings: Los Limos Hermanos, 351 points for them. Salvarex on 338, 322 points for ProGem Mercedes. Lotus in third on 319, 248 for Ski Sports. Project 20 on 243. Brunetti Motorsport in 7th. 8th is GC Golf. 9th is Racing Knights, and Breakfast Blitz is in 10th on 164 points. Evening, everyone in the chat as drivers come out on the circuit, and as they're on their out laps, I'm just going to be busy for one moment getting which one I need up correctly. Bear with me 2 seconds, guys. So just watching Scotty on his lap at the moment in the Racing Knights car. Just going up and over the crest. He's got a car ahead of him, his teammate giving him a lovely tow down to turn 12 into the tricky part of the circuit now. Just coming around the final couple of corners now for Scotty. Will set the benchmark time, or would have done. Forget what I said there. He's invalidated the lap, and Magnetic pips into the line. We've got Pigeon, his teammate actually. Who is his teammate tonight? It is... Not 2 yellow cars, can't work out who the other Here we go. We've got Grace, who has just started a lap. So just going through the first few turns, and it has invalidated the lap. And Tronzik has gone fastest overall. And Dalton just there in second. Not too far off the Polos driver. Oh no, it's not actually Los Polos, but I'm always going to say it because it's harder to remember otherwise. So Scotty, as you can hear, going slowly. And I don't think we're going to have a full 20 tonight. I don't know if anyone else is going, or the other person will turn up late as Benson comes out of the pit lane there. Right at the choppers of one of the Racing Knights cars. A Coupe de Grace looks to be on a lap right now. Going down the back straight, I think that's a Project 20 car just ahead. Of course, personal best in the first sector at least, because it is the first lap, but isn't the fastest overall for now. Again, a pretty decent middle sector. 37.7. On target to be around their teammate here. As a Coupe de Grace then invalidates the time. Basson in the Lotus. Thinking replacement of Jay tonight. I think has actually now replaced Jay as a driver. Basson, and across the line for him, the 7th fastest for the Lotus driver. Just over half the grid has set a lap time now in the opening 9 minutes. Vidal Brad coming down into turn 11 down the first DRS straight. Once you cross the line, you do open the DRS on the start finish straight just before the start finish line, so technically the second DRS straight. Sun glaring in your eyes there, and then cuts the corner, maybe due to that glare, and invalidates the lap time at the apex of turn 12. Brashman into the S section, a homage, a love letter to the Magnussen Beckett section at Silverstone. And he's cutting the curb really rather nicely there. I did say purple sector 1 on the screen, but it is just a personal best overall. Down into turn 11 for Brashman. in the Brunetti Motorsports car. Up and over the crest into that glare, hitting the brakes around 100 meters or so, keeps it nice and tidy inside track limits. He has set a purple middle sector. He's the fastest overall in that second sector, and then invalidates the time and really doesn't get the rub of the green into the next sequence of corners. That was turn 15. Armin in the Project 20 car coming up and over that crest. DRS open, getting up to around 205 miles an hour, 330 kph as you hit the brakes with 100 meters to go, and then you're at about 60 miles an hour at the apex of the corner. That's 100 kilometers an hour. A lot of lines can be taken through turn 15. It's definitely an experimental corner. 16, 17, 18 dealt with easy flat. Penultimate corner, nicely done. Back into that glaring sun for the final corner, using the apex nicely, using all the road to the line. It's fourth fastest for Armin. And Zoltan starts his next lap, and then Tronzik extends his provisional pole position by almost 3/10 of a second out of turn 11, and invalidated for Zoltan as well. Pigeon out on an outlap. Milanist also just finished his outlap, and he started what should be his penultimate qualifying lap in the Pro Gen Mercedes. Scotty also on a lap as well. Down the hill into turn 11. And this is going to be a slight tow. Not anymore. As the Los Hermanos car has pulled to the left hand side. Slightly different line again, see, from Scotty. From the last drive we watched, I believe it was Armin going through that corner. Up into the final couple. How's he going to handle the last couple of corners out of the final, across the line, right next to his teammate. A few tenths back, though, in lap time from his teammate, but they are sharing the third row of the grid at the moment, the Racing Knights team. There's Baton. Rises up and over and down again, tumbling into turn 11. Nice use of all the road there. And just so if you're wondering, this is the GT Golf racing team. They have changed their stripes midway through the season. Were in fluorescent green, now more of a deep purple and pastel blue, baby blue and black livery. It's very nice, very drastic change from the green livery before, and so many people invalidating on the apex of corners as we watch Brashman in the Brunetti Motorsports car come into the turn 12 left-hander and takes a fastest overall in that middle sector, lighting up the timing screens with purple sectors, or a purple sector for this one. Would he make it 2 out of 3 of those purple sectors turn 19. A lot of issues with track limits there. Entry and exit, or apex and exit, should I say, out of the final corner, goes on to the front row. A smidge back from Intronsic. As Kingy comes out the final corner in the GT Golf, the all-new livery GT Golf, and Kingy goes 13th fastest, a 33.9 for him. Bet on starting another lap by the looks of things, but has invalidated the one he's on. A retirement from Pigeon. Fourth best, a 32.3 will be the best he can do today. Watching Mikey GTI coming through the final couple of corners, twitchy on the entry into the penultimate, into the final corner, using all of the red and white stripes over the line, and with a smidge up on his time, just a smidge under a tenth of a second. Hello chat, everyone, how is everyone this evening? VDL Brad into turn 1. Was that a retirement on track, Pigeon? I didn't actually look at the track map, to be honest. Thought you retired in the pits, but I guess not. There we go. Coming into the pits too fast for Pigeon. Anyone watching this later on who can't see the live chat, welcome everyone who is joining us. You're watching the United States qualifying for the United States Grand Prix in a few moments time. 28 laps to race around here. Clear skies overhead here in Austin. Intronsic on pole as it stands. The Plevance, our championship leader, retired from the session, starting alone on that 10th and final row. And the last driver on the grid. 5 wins for him this season so far. It'll be a miracle if he can make it 20. Make it 6 from 19th. I was going to say 20th, but we've only got 19 this evening. As we now have Bab, who's fallen down to 18th as well. His fate is sealed in the Sauber. Irish Scouser just finished the lap. Not the best of times from him there. 134.196 at the back of the grid as it stands, unless Besson can get a lap in and improve that time. Him and Grace both on similar lap times as well, as the checkered flag now falls, and the next drivers to cross the line, like Armin, who's invalidated his time, will set their final lap. Besson isn't able to get to the line and will be starting 17th. 3 drivers out of 19 have not been able to get a lap time in. The next driver up, I think, is going to be Scotty, and then one of the 2 Saubers. It is Mikey GTI. As we come up to the line with Scotty, what time's he going to put in? He put personal best sectors in, and it's 6th fastest for him. We got Scotty, and then one of the Pro Gens after that. It is Milanist after that. Here comes Mikey GTI up to the line, stays where he is. Milanist next across the line, stays where he is as well, and then Intronsic once again extends his provisional pole position. A few drivers left across the line still. Speckbalg coming around that final corner in the Racing Knights car, stays where he is. The car behind him, a Coupe de Grace in the Breakfast Blitz car, goes to 13th place. We're waiting for Rumsky and VDL Blad in the other Ski Sports car. Rumsky goes on to that front row and VDL Brad stays where he is. That is the end of qualifying, and Tronzik takes it in the United States, and a very, very good performance from him, and that makes it his first recorded pole of the season. I felt like he'd actually had poles before that, but this is your pole sitter here in Kota. We'll be back in a minute, and if you guys haven't already, welcome everyone to the chat. Let me see all you're getting in the live stream, and if any of you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Last time I looked at it, there's 2 left, so if any of you haven't, please do. It makes it up to 500, and Tronzik takes that pole position by over 0.2 of a second with that 131.975, 132.191 for second place Rumsky. Third place Brashman, fourth is Zoltan, Pigeon in fifth, sixth is Scotty, seventh is Armin, 8th is Speckbalg, Magnetic is in 9th, Mikey GTI 10th, Bassoon in 11th, 12th Rad, Grace 13th, 14th Milanis, 15th Kingy, 16th Irish Scouser, and the last driver to set a lap time, Betten, Bab and the Plevant all did not set lap times, starting 17th, 18th and 19th respectively. We'll be back in just a second. The formation lap, as you can see, is underway. We'll have a look at the tyres. So we have 17 on the mediums, 2 on the hard tyre. Easy to remember, Grace and Mikey on those hard tyres. And there is your grid order for today. Irish Scouser has, for some reason, retired from the session. So quite a long run, quite a steep run up towards turn 1, quite wide at the entry, tightens up at the exit. Some may get caught out as 2 drivers retire from the formation lap as well and are sat waiting on the grid. I think they also get pushed back on the grid as well. It's a bit of a double punishment. So we have 3 cars waiting on the grid. Reasonable formation. That quite a lot of drivers very, very close together, not overly spaced out. But I suppose the only advantage to that is you're not waiting on the grid for all that long. Your tyres don't drop in temperature, but you've just got that bit of anxiety of waiting around, don't you? So just coming up to their grid positions now. As we wait to get them to all form up, looking at the back of the grid at the Plevance, our championship leader sat there right at the back. As we go to the front, so here we go, and Tronsik on pole, Rumsky alongside, 5 red lights, and foot's flat to the floor here in Kota, and Tronsik looks to get a good start, and so does Brashman, already up into second place. As we go into turn 1, Brashman on the outside trying to fight for that second place. Zoltan as well in the Pro Gen Mercedes trying to go for a move here. We've got 2 wide between Pigeon and Zoltan going in to that S section, and now Pigeon goes through up into 4th place, 5 places up for Bab down in 13th, but as I said, making up 5 places already at the start. Our championship leader up into 16th place, already going down into turn 11 now. No DRS of course for the first lap. As we go along towards turn 11, here goes one of the Project 20 cars, and then a Sauber behind, trying to go for a couple of places. Looking at Brashman, Bab, VDL, all in this middle order. And there is the Plevance still in 16th place. And don't worry guys, we were just doing it for the first lap, just to get a good view of that first lap as the Plevance comes in to the pits. And DRS available, of course, now. VDL Brad, the closest driver to someone else as it stands, and if it stays as it is, Rumsky's on the edge of that DRS, getting closer now and more comfortable in that DRS zone, but it looks like everyone apart from Tronsik, all the way down to 14th place, Irish Scouter, is going to get the DRS. We may well see an overtake from Arman or Bab, who's going for the position now. And then Brad tries to fight back on the exit into 13. Through 14 we go now. Is someone going to duck underneath it? Turn 15. Brad isn't anyway, not at that moment. As we're about to go on to lap 2, and Tronsik desperately trying to claw his way out of the DRS window, but isn't able to just yet. Fastest lap for him as well. Up into turn 1, every race in the multiplayer cars, I can't get over the fact they sound like F2 cars. It's very, very strange. But the Bassoon getting past VDL Brad. And then VDL Brad getting straight back past him again. Or have I read that wrong? I may have got that one wrong. Apologies. Brashman is still within that DRS range, only just. Will be able to close on him this time around, quite low on battery though, but that DRS really pulling him along. The two teammates here, the two Saubers, fighting for position. And then we've got another battle going on, all towards the back half of the grid. And Intronsic now has been able to get himself outside the DRS range, but that's the commentator's curse for you. As soon as we look back up towards the top, that has subsequently changed, and Brashman able to just stay in it. Maybe he had DRS down the start finish, but the top 10 all very close, but all the way down to the two Saubers really, all extremely close together still. And the top three have split apart a little bit. Pigeon sees his opportunity to strike. And then so does Zoltan, going for an optimistic move. An audacious spur of the moment move, and it looks to have paid off. All making contact with the Ski Sports driver as he tries the up and under, but no good. Zoltan up into fourth place. His teammate Milanis down in 17th, really struggling at the moment, and the championship leader 16 seconds back from the car ahead of him, down in 19th place. So Intronsic trying to extend his lead on lap 5, getting close to 2 seconds ahead of Brashman in the Brunesi car. As we come out at turn 11, up and over the crest. And Pigeon just starting to close in as Brashman doesn't have that crucial DRS to attack in this instant to defend. Bit of a twitch and a slide there from Pigeon in the Breakfast Blitz car. As we cross the line to start lap 6, over 2 seconds now is the lead. The first penalty has come in. It's 3 seconds for Rumsky. So we're looking at a pit stop window between sort of lap 12, lap 16 for the medium runners. Lap 14 to lap 18 for the drivers on the hards. Don't think anyone's going to go from the hards to soft tyre. Oh, the Sauber and Mikey GCI, they're just twitching, trying to get out into an overtaking position, but I think it was more just a bit of a dummy move from the Sauber driver. So Pigeon quite close at the moment. Had a couple of podiums this season, Pigeon, in the first round in Abu Dhabi, and a couple of weekends ago in Monza. In those podium positions as it stands. A long way to go, and a lot of cars behind. As you know, from both the Division 2 yesterday and DTS, just so competitive in the midfield fight on the grid. As Pigeon gets closer and closer this time around, down towards turn 12, and gets the move done before we hit the brakes. And Magnetic and Mikey GCI squabbling over position as well, as Mikey goes on the outside, looks to have the inside for 15. A crucial corner on the racetrack here in Kota to have that inside line, but then you can get the up and under from that outside if you get the timing and the traction right out of the corner. On to lap 8 of 28. Still around 70 miles to go. Zoltan seemed to have lost a bit of ground over the last couple of laps. He's still the only driver to have a time penalty, and as we say, that Irish Scouser gets himself a time penalty flashed up on the screen as well. Looks to be from the first sector S's. It's very easy to take all four wheels over the white line, up and over the crest and down the back straight. That isn't actually so straight. It's almost it's bending to the right quite a bit, and here it goes. Bab to the inside, out brakes himself and locks up, crashes into Speckball to try and stop himself, and then Arman goes, thank you very much, I'll take those two positions from you, whilst you two are squabbling, still squabbling now as Speckball takes back the position. Maybe he was given back the position there, which would have been quite right, but Bab just did himself there. Came from a long way back. Lap 9 of 28 now, 3.2 seconds is the lead, and Transit leads by Pigeon, Brashman, Zoltan, Rumsky, Scotty, Armand, Speckball, Bab and Mikey GCI are your top 10. Just outside that top 10 is Magnetic, who's breathing down the neck of Mikey GCI and hanging on to the coattails through the DRS zones, as a lot of the drivers are, to stay with others. The DRS is quite powered in F125. The last game last year, we will see that, and then we will see a safety car be deployed here at Kota. Maybe a bit early for the drivers on the mediums, but what are they to do? Will they pit now and hope that the safety car stays out for a few laps. But that is the end of Irish Scouser's race, when it brings out the first interference from race control. As Bert Mylander will wait to collect the leader in Tronzik. Whether he pits or not is another question, so we'll wait to see what happens there. So will Tronzik come in or stay out? He does come in. In normal race conditions, you're looking at around a 20 to 21 second pit stop. You're looking at more like a 11 to 13 second pit stop relative with the safety car. So it's an opportunity you really do want to take. Of course, we're going to have the problem here with drivers not knowing who their teammate is. Pretty much everyone is stopped now. Mikey GTI has stayed out. He was on the hards. There was another driver that started on the hard tyres. I think it was a Coupe de Grace, and they have pit also. Grace now onto the medium, so that would make sense, but it's a long way to go on the medium tyre. We might have a lap, well, we're going to have 2 or 3 laps under the safety car, this being the first one. And Speckbau saying that Bab took off his front wing when we saw that instant into turn 12. And if you've all got a second as well, whilst we're under the safety car, if you could like the video as well, be much appreciated. It's a very interesting time for this safety car to come out. A little bit too early for the drivers who were on the mediums, which was 90% of people. Grace did decide to pit under that safety car. I don't feel like the mediums are going to go all the way to the end. Of course, we've got another safety car in about 10 laps or so. You'd maybe think to go to the soft tyres to the end, so but that's obviously just leaving your fate in the racing gods. We'll look to get going again on lap 12 as we go on to lap 11. I'm just going to have a bit of radio silence for a second, just a rare opportunity to have 90 seconds, so just bear with me a sec. Talk amongst yourselves. So, safety car is in at the end of this lap. We'll get going again, as I said, on lap 12. Mikey leading the race on those used hard tyres. They will be 11 laps old when we cross the line. He'll probably do another 5, 6, maybe 7 laps. Maybe thinks actually now to go to the soft tyre. He's had a couple of laps where he hasn't had to push that hard tyre, but will he be able to get it back up to temperature? As he kept it in a temperature window that will be suitable for the restart. He's going to go right at the line and might get caught out here by Entrontic, who will know when he's going to go, as he went right at the very end as Mikey tries to defend the position on the outside. Is able to defend the position for now, and then Entrontic goes all out of shape, loses a place to the Pro Gen Mercedes Zoltan, and is under threat from Brashman as well, but he's also got Rumsky right behind him. I don't think Mikey will be able to get away. It'll be sort of for the next 5 or 6 laps damage limitation. Hopefully he can just keep it on the road and not lose too many positions. As he loses one already, almost 2. As Intronsic tries to go through, is now goes for the up and under. They make contact as the hand goes up. Side by side between the two of them. Poor camera angles here, so both on-board shots. But is able to get past in the end. And on to the next lap, which means DRS is available once again. And Pigeon trying to go past Mikey as well. It's not been a great restart for the Sauber X driver. His teammate now not too far behind. And Transit lead has firmly been lost now. Maybe thought he could get back the lead getting past Mikey on those used hard tyres, but there is now a new race leader, Zoltan. And we've got an overtake from Scotty as well. Into turn 11, DRS available for Entronsic and Brasham. As we go further back, Mikey GTI and Arman trying to go up the inside here on the Sauber driver, the Project 20 driver, moving up into 7th place. On to lap 14 now, which means we're at the halfway point of this race. And the Plevants are still struggling here, down in 17th. A Coupe de Grace with a front wing change. That's going to be around 32, 33 seconds in the pit lane. Here goes the championship leader on Milanist. Around the outside at 13, they do make a bit of contact. And Chonzik within half a second as we go on to the next lap. Basson was pretty close there as well. So is Magnetic, who moves up a position. Here comes Basson as well, trying to make up a place as well, trying to be opportunistic. We saw a move like that earlier on at turn 12, but isn't actually able to get the move done. Nice idea though from Basson. As we go back to the front, in transit closing in, but Scotty, he's got a load of overspeed there, does cut the corner a smidge and gets through. His Armand, he's back in his starting position, going to be able to get past as well. As we go on to lap 16. Apologies, let me show the tyres. As I say, I've got them up on my screen on my iPad. No, I haven't shown them for a little while, so majority all the way down to 14th on 6-lap old hard tyres. After that safety car, Coupe de Grace just pit, had a bit of damage. Brad isn't here by the looks of things. Where is Mike GCI now? Down in 15th. And still has to pit, probably just hoping for a safety car now at this point. Still got 17 drivers, not 18, because Brad, I don't believe, is here as his car is ghosted. As the Plevant moving up into the 13th place. Oh, a lot of onboard shots from the broadcast camera today. So Zoltan withstanding the pressure as it stands, been in the lead for about 5 laps now. And Tronzik staying with him, and the two behind have got time penalties, them both being 3 seconds. Only one driver was 6, and that's the driver we're watching right now, Remsky, and Basson on 3. Oh, sorry, Vidal Brad is also on 6 seconds, but he isn't here. So people struggling to make up any places in these DRS trains, and the major one being out the front. But Scotty actually before was looking very quick, but actually losing time down the straight that time. Here goes Bab, who's going to go for the position. It makes contact with Rumsky, who did ghost very quickly as the two Lotus cars switch places. So just over 10 laps left, and the time's pretty even Stevens between Zoltan and Entronsic. It's all looking very competitive, really down to Brumsky's lost some time now, but not of his own making. But isn't going to have DRS on the next straight. And as I said, Scotty did look, oh sorry, that's Specbag. Scotty's a bit further up than his teammate. So it's just a medium hard strategy for Zoltan. The safety car was around lap 9 or 10. Pretty much everyone was on the mediums that started the race. Obviously that's slightly early for a stop, and Mikey stayed out and stayed on the hards, and then Entronsic was going for the lead. Let's hope he makes Pigeon proud. He was going for the lead. Entronsic wasn't able to get it, and Zoltan went for a bit of an opportunity to overtake and got into the lead, and then Entronsic got past Mikey, but it sort of stayed like that ever since. So the pace has been pretty even, as I just said, but it has done all the way down to 7 again, to fear of repeating myself. With 10 laps to go now. Zoltan looking pretty cool, calm and collected at the moment in the Pro Gen Mercedes. Third place in the championship. Clements pretty much has already sealed the deal already in the championship. Yeah, we'll get the pens up. Just bear with me a second. I'll get the pens up for you. Just doing something else at the second. Trying to multitask. I know it's difficult for us, man. So, if anyone wasn't racing or didn't know, Zoltan won last week in Qatar. We weren't streaming it, unfortunately. Can he make it 2 wins this season? 2 wins on the bounce. Rushman with the 6 seconds now. Mikey has pit on to the mediums. He will be quick in his final stint, in these final laps. No problem, Crumpet. There's Intronsic just waiting until when he has to. Of course, it's always a big con about that. Is you wait around and you worry to be in a train, you don't try and go for it, and you make a mistake later on, you will regret the fact that you were right there and you could have made a couple of chances, because there's always a few times where drivers lift off but they're not really ready to make the overtake just yet, and just want to stay in that DRS train and stay in the right position of that DRS train, being able to attack and defend. But so close now to the back of the Pro Gen Mercedes. Into lap 21. And it is really just a stalemate at the moment. The Plevins, though, look at this, almost getting himself up into the top 10. Still quite a few laps to go. And there is a decent handful of places you can make an overtake around the circuit as well. It's a very good race circuit, wheel-to-wheel racing, one of the only ones really. As Milanis gets past Kigi, who has gone off and onto the grass, as you can see from the debris on his tyres, which has already been removed, and the Plevins trying to go the long way round here. At turn 12, we'll have that inside line for the next corner. Job done. So still that same kind of gap. No moves made. Saw a little twitch there from Bab in the background. Just this huge train of cars though. All the way into the midfield. It's a shame that you just can't have a camera following a few cars and you can only have one selected. It's difficult when you've got a train like this and which one actually to follow. You've kind of got one of the best options here, I guess. With so many cars so close together. Big gap back to Spec Bell, but then there's another smaller train of cars with them. It is a bit of a DRS train paradise as well, Kota, one of its more negative sides, but when you can have an opportunity for overtakes, there's room to battle around here, which is so crucial. On to lap 23 now, still this stalemate at play for the top 7. 3 of them on time penalties. With 5 laps to go. When we cross the line, will we start to see the pressure ramp up? And oh, hold on a minute, safety car deployed with only 5 laps to go. As I said, when we cross the line, what is everyone going to do? Is anyone going to pit, or are they all going to stay out and just try to keep those used, now very used, getting to the point of very used, 13 laps? They will be quite used, won't they? 15 laps, 16 laps when we get racing again. So this is really switch things up. Zoltan has got a big decision to make, bigger than everyone else. It's being spurred on in the chat. Should he pit? Should he pit, chat, or should he not? Stay out or go in? So 5 laps to go and you cross the line. It's going to be about 3 laps of racing, I would imagine, when we get going again. He's doing it, and they're all going to do it. All on to soft tyres. When one goes, they all pretty much follow. Someone's taking a gamble. Will come off the pits because it shows in the pits. It's Bab who's taking a gamble, stayed out on the hard tyre. Old and new's going to make sure he keeps them up to temperature. And we'll get the tyres up. Oh my days, and Tronzig onto a new set of hard tyres. Well, maybe I've got the mediums, but hard tyres. Is that a mistake, chat? Is that a mistake? That's got to be a costly mistake, has it not, for the Los Hermanos team? Is a certain chicken man, Mr. Gus Fring, going to be on the team radio. Not very happy with the decision making at Hermanos. I think we'll have 3 laps of racing, is my guess. Will everyone be able to catch up in time? Will, I was going to say VDL Brad, but he's not here anymore. Is Coupe de Grace going to be able to catch up? So we will have 3 laps of racing, then we'll have 1 more lap under the safety car. A Coupe de Grace, I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to catch up in time, so that's good for them. 3 laps to go. Really interested in the decision making from Intronsic. It seems an interesting one. So 1 more lap of this safety car as it comes up to turn 11. Get the call for safety car in this lap, I think. And we'll be in a good position as well with their tyres. Still not had the call. That's extremely interesting. Come on, Grace. We'll get a late call. We're going to get a late call. We're not going to get a late call. We're going to get another lap. Oh, this is madness. Why Grace didn't catch up in time. I personally think that's a bit silly, really. It's not helped them at all. So Grace come back into the pits. It's now got a time penalty. We'll probably catch back up. But we'll have VDL Brad, the AI car, ahead of them. It's mad. So we're going to have 2 laps of racing. It'll be elbows out. And Will Grace be able to catch back up. I'm pretty sure they will. They could have caught up last lap, I'm sure of it. They were very close and seemed to go quite slowly. So, as I said, 2 laps of racing left. Grace is caught up to the back. And we've got just under 7 miles of racing left, around 11 kilometres to go. And Bab is going to leave it to the very last second, up 17 places from their starting position. We start lap 27 of 28 as Bab goes very defensive on the inside, trying to break the toe. Zoltan trying to swoop around the outside, then looks to the outside again at the left-hander at turn 3. Through the S as we go. Bab still in the lead. And we'll only have 1 DRS zone to worry about. Will they be able to hold on? And Tronzik on the hards as well, remember. As we go down towards turn 12, Zoltan sees that lead position up for grabs and takes it with both hands. And it's in the lead now. It's just Bab recovering and hoping to hold on for a last lap and a third to get a podium place, but Brashman and Tronzik and Scotty, others all breathing down their necks as we go into the final corner with the race leader and then the others following behind. We start the final lap and Zoltan getting away crucially. Brashman trying to go full position, has 6 seconds worth of penalties though, so just trying to gain as much time as he can. 2 drivers on 3 seconds as well. Armin and Pigeon fighting over position, but it looks like it's going to be Bab and Tronzik and Scotty. Who we're going to be fighting. For the podium place. Brashman did get back within DRS range, so we'll be able to defend with it. Bab is just falling back as well, but I think when they crossed the detection point was within 1 second, he was, so he's able to defend. But here comes Tronzik. This is for second place. Is Bab going to be able to hold on for a third? And staying out, crucially, has helped him out massively and is taken on the road third, but realistically second place, with Brashman having 6 seconds worth of penalties. Is Bab going to be able to hold on to the end, to the final podium place? The others behind won't know. Brashman's got 6 seconds. They may be listening to the stream, but as we come around the final corner, Zoltan will take the victory. And then Entronsic and Bab does take that podium place. We've got a car around at the end. As everyone crosses the line, there you have it. Zoltan, Entronsic and Bab, your podium finishers. Scotty just missing out on a podium place. It was an exciting finish. Entronsic taking the fastest lap as well. And the Pro-Gen driver taking 2 wins on the bounce as we go into next week's event in Austria. And that's it, that's your lot. Zoltan takes the win. Second place was Entronsic. Third was Bab. Scotty was 4th. 5th was Specbel. Beton was in 6th. 7th was Plevant. Armand 8th. 9th was Brashman. 10th Mikey GTI. Magnetic 11th. 12th was Milanis. Kingy 13th. 14th was Pigeon. 15th was Basson. A Coupe de Grace finishing 16th. 17th was Rumsky. Brad did not finish the race, and nor did Irish Scouser. So that's it for week 8 on the channel. We'll be back next week with F1 Power Grid again on Tuesday. Until then, thanks very much for watching. Keep subscribing to the channel. Appreciate all the people watching. It's fantastic. The viewership has been going up, and really appreciate the support. Until next time, until next week, we'll see you then. Thanks very much for watching.